Hello everyone, welcome to Current Affairs MCQs program. Let's begin with previous day's practice question. Question was, regarding the freedom of speech, consider the following statements. 1. There are legitimate grounds on which free speech can be reasonably constrained. 2. As per Article 14(2), free speech can be restricted on the grounds of breach of security and integrity of India only. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option A, 1 only. Freedom of speech. There are legitimate grounds on which free speech can be reasonably constrained. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Free speech can be restricted on the grounds contained in Article 19(2) of the Constitution, which includes matters such as defamation, public order, friendly relations with foreign states, and the security and integrity of India. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. According to Article 14, the state shall not deny to any person equality before the law or the equal protection of the laws within the territory of India. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Now, let's begin today's episode. First question is, the Madrid International Plan of Action and Vienna International Plan of Action recently in the news are related to which of the following issues? Climate change mitigation, aging population and elderly care, global trade and commerce, or human rights and refugee protection. The correct answer is option B, aging population and elderly care. The Madrid and Vienna plans of action focus on global policies for addressing the challenges of aging populations, emphasizing elderly care and well-being. The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment observed the International Day of Older Persons 2024 on 1st October 2024. Designated by the UN General Assembly on 14th October 1990, it is based on the Vienna International Plan of Action on Aging and the UN Principles for Older Persons. The UN Decade of Healthy Aging aligns with SDG 3 on good health and well-being. India formulated the national policy on older persons in 1999 and is a signatory to the Madrid International Plan of Action on Aging. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements related to cholera. 1. It is an acute diarrheal illness caused by infection of the intestine. 2. Malnourished children and individuals with HIV/AIDS are at higher risk of mortality. 3. At present, there is only one WHO-approved oral cholera vaccine. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? The correct answer is option B, only 2. Cholera is a waterborne disease primarily caused by the bacteria Vibrio cholerae. It is an acute diarrheal illness caused by infection of the intestine. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Symptoms include severe watery diarrhea, vomiting, leg cramps, and weakness, and can lead to death through dehydration if untreated. A person may get cholera by drinking water or eating food contaminated with a cholera bacterium. The disease can spread rapidly in areas with inadequate treatment of sewage and drinking water. Vulnerable populations, particularly malnourished children and individuals living with human immunodeficiency virus or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome stage, are at a higher risk of mortality. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Currently, there are 3 WHO pre-qualified oral cholera vaccines, Dukoral, Shankol, and Evicol Plus. Hence, statement 3 is not correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements about BharatGen. 1. It is the world's first government-funded multimodal large language model project for Indian languages. 2. It is led by IIT Bombay under the National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems. How many of the above statements is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. BharatGen is a generative AI initiative designed to enhance public service delivery. It aims to create foundational models in language, speech, and computer vision to address India's socio-cultural and linguistic diversity. It is the world's first government-funded multimodal large language model project for Indian languages. Hence, statement 1 is correct. LLMs are AI systems capable of understanding and generating human language by processing vast amounts of text data. It is led by IIT Bombay under the National Mission on Interdisciplinary Cyber Physical Systems and involves collaboration with academic institutions like IITs and IIM Indore. Hence, statement 2 is correct. It emphasizes developing processes to curate India-centric data, enhancing the country's control over its digital resources. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question regarding India-Germany relations, consider the following statements. 1. India and Germany recently partnered up to conduct the first ever joint exercise Sampriti in India. 2. The two countries have established the Green and Sustainable Development Partnership to safeguard the environment. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. India-Germany relations. India and Germany recently partnered up to conduct the first ever joint exercise Tarang Shakti in India. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. The two countries have established the Green and Sustainable Development Partnership to safeguard the environment and advance progress towards the Sustainable Development Goals. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements about Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission. 1. It was launched to provide digital health IDs for all Indian citizens. 2. The National Health Authority is responsible for implementing ABDM under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2? The correct answer is option C, both 1 and 2. The Ayushman Bharat Digital Mission or ABDM was indeed launched with the objective of providing digital health IDs to all Indian citizens, facilitating access to health records electronically. Hence, statement 1 is correct. The National Health Authority is the implementing agency for ABDM operating under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, which oversees the execution of the mission. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Hence, option C is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements regarding balance of payments. 1. Foreign direct investment and foreign institutional investment are the main constituents of the current account part of BOP. 2. A BOP surplus occurs when a country's imports surpass its exports. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none? The correct answer is option D, none. The balance of payments or BOP is the record of all international transactions made by the residents of a country, measuring the relative demand for the rupee against foreign currencies and influencing exchange rates and economic stability. BOP consists of two main constituents, the current account and capital account. The current account consists of merchandise, trade in physical goods with a deficit indicating higher imports than exports, and invisibles, that is, services, transfers, and factor incomes like earnings from investments. The capital account records changes in a nation's assets, foreign direct investment, foreign institutional investment, and liabilities, that is, loans and borrowings. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. A balance of payments deficit occurs when a country's imports surpass its exports. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements regarding the Food Safety and Standards Authority of India. 1. Food Safety and Standards Authority of India or FSSAI is an autonomous statutory body under the Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. 2. The FSSAI regulates the manufacture, storage, distribution, sale and import of food. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or none? The correct answer is option B, 2 only. FSSAI is an autonomous statutory body established under the Food Safety and Standards Act of 2006 and operating under the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. It regulates the manufacture, storage, distribution, sale, and import of food. Hence, statement 2 is correct. Other functions and parts of FSSAI are framing of regulations and standards for food products and additives, granting of licenses and registration to food businesses, enforcement of food safety laws and regulations, monitoring and surveillance of food safety and quality, and conducting risk assessment and scientific research on food safety issues. Hence, option B is the correct answer. Next question, which of the following statements about the historical and constitutional background of state regulation of temples in India is or are correct? 1. The Religious Endowments Act 1863 aimed to transfer temple control entirely to religious committees without any government oversight. 2. The Shirur Mutt case 1954 ruled that religious institutions can manage their affairs independently without any state interference. Select the correct answer using the codes given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option D, neither 1 nor 2. That is, both the statements are incorrect. Religious Endowments Act 1863 of the British government aimed to secularize temple management by transferring temple control to committees, but retained government influence through legal frameworks like the Civil Procedure Code 1908 and the Charitable and Religious Trust Act 1920. Hence, statement 1 is not correct. In Shirur Mutt versus the Commissioner Hindu Religious Endowments Madras case 1954, the Supreme Court of India ruled that religious institutions have the right to manage their affairs independently under Article 26D as long as they do not engage in activities contrary to public order, morality, or health. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Next question, consider the following statements. 1. The General Data Protection Regulation or GDPR of the European Union mandates parental consent for all users under the age of 16 to access the internet. 2. Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 of India aims to regulate children's use of social media under the age of 16 years. Select the correct answer using the code given below. 1 only, 2 only, both 1 and 2, or neither 1 nor 2. The correct answer is option A, 1 only. In 2015, the EU proposed a law banning children under 16 from accessing the internet without parental consent. The General Data Protection Regulation 2018 sets strict data privacy standards in the EU, giving users control over their personal information and serving as a global benchmark. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023 of India aims to regulate children's use of social media. Section 9 of DPA outlines 3 conditions for handling children's data under the age of 18 years. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Hence, option A is the correct answer. Last question. Consider the following statements regarding Mahalaya and its significance. 1. Mahalaya marks the day when goddess Durga is believed to descend to earth to vanquish the demon king Mahishasur. 2. It signifies the end of Devi Paksh and beginning of the Pitru Paksh. 3. Durga Puja in Kolkata is inscribed on UNESCO's representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Which of the statements given above is or are correct? 1 only, 1 and 2 only, 2 and 3 only, or 1 and 3 only. The correct answer is option D, 1 and 3 only. Mahalaya is indeed celebrated as the day when goddess Durga is believed to descend to earth, symbolizing the victory of good over evil by defeating the demon king Mahishasur. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Mahalaya signifies the end of Pitru Paksh, that is the period dedicated to honoring ancestors, and marks the beginning of Devi Paksh, that is the era of the goddess Durga. Hence, statement 2 is not correct. Durga Puja in Kolkata has been recognized as a UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity, making it the first festival in Asia to achieve this status. Hence, statement 3 is correct. Hence, option D is the correct answer. Now, moving on to practice question. Regarding diplomacy, consider the following statements. 1. Bamboo diplomacy is Vietnam's foreign policy approach that emphasizes flexibility, resilience, and balance, much like bamboo, to navigate global relations. 2. Checkbook diplomacy involves using financial aid, grants, or investments to secure diplomatic support or favor from other countries. 3. Soft power diplomacy relies on cultural influence, values, and ideals rather than military force or economic pressure to achieve diplomatic goals. How many of the statements given above is or are correct? Only 1, only 2, all 3, or none? Send the answer of this question in the comment section. Stay tuned for the next episode. Thanks for watching. For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.